I ended up meeting some friends, and they took me to this bar called Ernie's. She was the owner, and her son worked there with her too. And I knew nothing about gay, lesbians or anything like that at the time, but I learned real quick. And I ended up with Ernie, the owner. And she took me to the Plush Pony, and that was my home, shall I say, for years, because I was always at the Plush Pony. And that was the in thing for not only the gay crowd, for the straight crowd too. And the owner was a doll. His name was Bob. Ernie was a big mouth, show off, gonna run the show all the way, or she's gonna have it her way one way or the other. But then she had a soft side too, and that's what I fell for.
So she took you to the Plush.
So she took me to the Plush.
And it was when you walked into the Plush that you ran into Hamburger.
Yeah, so she took me to the Plush Pony, and Olivia walked into the door. I saw her, and I was attracted to her immediately, and she was attracted to me immediately. So it was meant to be. And we spent many a year, 40 years together.
But when you met Olivia, wasn't there some story about a pack of Marlboros and Ernie was going to the bar saying, "Where's Wanda?"
Yes. She was looking for me with a gun, mind you, with a gun. She was looking for me, and I don't know who that gun was for, me or the pack of Marlboros, And she offered me a Kool, and I said, "Oh, that's what my dad smokes, but I don't smoke Kools. I smoke, at the time, Pall Malls. It wasn't Marlboros."
She's mafia.
Can you take it outside if you're going to start?
She's mafia.
Talking cuckoo. He's schizophrenic, by the way. What am I talking about? I'm talking about...
So, Nana, okay.
The Marlboros.
Hamburger was recently...
That was her nickname. That was Olivia's nickname, Hamburger. I asked her for a cigarette, and she said, took out her pack of Kools. That's what my father smoked, was Kool cigarettes. And I said, "Oh, I don't smoke Kools. I smoke Marlboros." She goes, "Well, I'm sorry, but this is all I have."
She's like, "Oh, I got ambrosia."
You and Olivia are together. You and Hamburger have been dating for a while then, right?
Okay, yes.
And so this bitch Joan...
Yes, Joan. She was this huge butch, and she had on fatigues. She was in something to do with the service. I'm not sure what. But she was dressed in fatigues from head to toe. And she had a girlfriend, and I believe her girlfriend's name was Christine. And Christine wanted to go out with us. And, of course, I said, "Sure, come on. We're going to the Plush." She hit the ceiling. She did not want her going to the Plush. But I told her she's I believe she's of age. She can go where she wants to go. And if she wants to go with us, she's welcome to go. She left and came back after me with a big old metal rake, those long metal rakes. And of course I had my little 32. It was registered to me and everything. So when she did that, I ran and I got my gun, and I came out and I aimed it at her, but I wasn't going to shoot her really. And it's a good thing, because later that day I found out that my trigger finger was not working on the gun. So I got away with that thank God.
But you pulled a knife out on her, right?
No, that was another time.
Well, Olivia told me, the way Olivia said was Joan
I'm
was...
sorry, Mijo.
So the way Olivia told me was that Joan was chasing you with this rake, and you grabbed your .32 and you jumped on top of a convertible like one of the Charlie's Angels, and you said, "Freeze!"
And just to make it more... she had called the police before she came with the rake, to call the police to tell them that I sold drugs, which I did, but I didn't have any that day. Thank God, because they came, the narcs, in the house, looking through everything, and they couldn't find any drugs. So no, there was no problem, but I was so angry at her because of that. How dare her call the cops on me? I didn't do anything to her like, to promote that. It's ridiculous. For heroin.
So when did you stab Joan? What was that? What happened then?
That was sticking up for myself, because she did the same thing to me, so we must have had the same thing on our mind. But that was a different day. But we were arguing a big, heavy fight. There were several people fighting at the time. And Joan had something in her hand. I can't say it was a knife, but whatever it was, she stuck me in my stomach. And I happened to have something on me at the time, and I returned the favor. And that's how it went, I stabbed her with a little knife I carried at all times. Joan came to court in these fatigues. She was 6 feet tall or more. Here I am, 5 feet, if I was 5 feet. And she walks in with her fatigue boots and everything, So the judge took one look at her and said, "This is a bunch of baloney," and shut down the hearing.
Hamburger came in a briefcase, right? Like a lawyer to fight for your case, right?
I don't remember any of that.
I thought you said Olivia came and she came in a suit and a briefcase to the court case.
I don't remember any of that. That's the bad part. It sort of set me on a trail of not trusting people, period. I sort of got it to where I was very skeptical about anyone, I guess, until I really knew them.
Dixie. When did you meet Dixie?
Oh my goodness. Haven't heard that name in a long time. Around the same time I started going to the plush. Dixie was a queen. She was a drag queen.
Wouldn't you guys go to after-hour clubs together and dance to soul music?
Sure. We used to go to 95th and Main was a big club we used to go to.
And what were those clubs like?
Fun. I mean, you met a lot of people there. You had a lot of dancing, drinking, dancing and drinking, getting to know people.
Could you describe some of the ways being gay? Perverts?
Now to paint a picture for us.
Why don't you tell me that's why you wanted me to come?
Now to paint a picture for us. This is gay history. But we want to paint a picture of us. What the clubs were like, what the colors, what the style of dress was, what you were drinking,
God,
what drugs were on the table, what were people talking about. Paint it.
Anthony, I really, God, like that was the only look at my age. I was very young.
And remember you told me about those drag queen friends of yours in Echo Park? That apartment, they were sex workers? You remember your friends? And you went into the bathroom and you said, oh, I remember my drag queen friends. There was towels all over the floor with shit all over them and blood.
Oh, there was only one of them. One gay guy that was like that. Yeah, he was a disaster. He was a total disaster. He was a literal pig. I can't think of any other way to explain it. Yeah, he was a whore. Although I don't know who in the hell would want to be with him, but yeah, he was a whore.
Were people using a lot of drugs back then?
Yeah, a lot of acid.
A lot of acid. Did you ever take acid?
Yes.
What was that like?
Oh, that was fun. Acid was fun. Olivia and I had taken Orange Sunshine together one night, and we were in bed one night after taking our acid and making love, and all of a sudden we both had this same feeling that stars were coming down from the sky onto us. All of a sudden, both of us, and without saying anything we just both felt it. And then finally we told each other, did you feel that? I've never felt like that before in my life. I don't know if she was a good lover or I was just easy to please. I don't know. She raised my kids. She helped me raise my kids.
Oh.
She was their daddy. Literally their dad.
I was raised by lesbians. I was raised by lesbians.
Like a son than my grandson.
Olivia she'd come over all the time, and when she'd come over, she'd pull up in her little Toyota. And all of us in the house were just like, oh, Olivia's here. And she'd bring gifts. And she'd treat my Nana like a queen. Always like a queen. And she'd laugh. She had this laugh that... And she'd always come up and she goes, Anthony, get over here. Suck your papa's big dick. With her pinky. She goes, suck your daddy's big dick. And it was just so funny. And she would take us to... we would go camping to Freshman Flats, and she would go, no, you guys are staying home. Only me and your Nana are going. And she was just so cool. She'd go outside with Bubba and smoke a joint, and she was always there.
Stop saying that, Anthony. Stop saying that, because I don't remember that.
She did, and I go, and she go, ah! We thought
okay,
it was so
well, she was joking.
But it was so...
But people might not understand that she was
well,
joking. I don't want them getting the wrong
what they
opinion.
don't understand. The
No.
what I value... Trini, stop coming in and out. Growing up with all these lesbians, these butch lesbians, these just down, funny, just down to earth.
That'd be great for us.
Okay.
My Uncle Bubba, he should come in because he has a good story with my grandma. He'll spark your interest
he's
about...
got Porky and the dogs there, and he's not going to let them stay. Let him go home.
But what about that story of where you stabbed that guy from White Fence at the Gold Room?
Let Bubba go home.
Okay.
Have you been drinking for a while?
No.
Let's take a little break. Let's take a 5-minute break outside. We'll go talk. We'll turn the air conditioning on for a minute.
That sounds good.
Wow, much better.
Was it, you think that's usable?
Oh, yeah, we got a lot of good stuff.
Did you got?
Yes, you guys.
Camera
can
cut. Yeah, no, we got a lot of really good stuff.